3, 4.
Now, I'm here with my favorite color.
Hello, how are you?
What is your favorite color?
It's actually orange.
That's my favorite color.
It's the best color in the world, so I'm not surprised.
I never meet anybody with the same favorite color as me.
Yeah.
I love orange. Why do you like orange?
It's gonna sound weird, but growing up, my brother, he was a Crip. So at the time, my favorite color was red, but he's like, no, nigga, you can't like red. So I'm like, oh shit. So I just jumped to the closest color, and it turned out to be orange.
Okay.
So I'm like, I fuck with orange now. I don't even really wear orange though, but I like it a lot.
I love orange.
Yeah, it's nice.
Where did you get the name, my favorite color, from?
It's funny, man. My mom, basically when I told her I wanted to rap, she told me coming up with your own style is like coming up with a color you never seen before. So whenever I was in the studio, I'm like, I never saw this color before. So I'm like, shit, I'm my favorite color then. Yeah, that was just how it turned out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was super
So your
cool.
style is your color. I
for
love
sure.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations with teaming up with Rostrum.
Thank you so much.
I
Thank
love
you.
that label. I think they really know what they're doing, and
Yeah,
they really
they're
pay
amazing.
really close attention to artistry over there. To kind of
sure.
talk about that partnership and how it started.
My manager Q, he sent my unreleased album to them, and they heard it and just fell in love with it, and then
Shout out
right
to
there,
Q.
yeah, shout out to Q, man. They was like, yo, we want to sign him, so he just got me moved out here, and
Okay.
yeah, that's
Were
how
you
it
in
happened.
Pittsburgh at that time?
Yeah, I was in Pittsburgh at the time, like
Okay.
whenever they first heard the album and shit. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what made you want to come out here?
I was already from here, so I always wanted to get out here. I just knew I wanted to have a reason to live out here. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just be out here trying to look for a reason to be here. So
Of course.
it was cool moving here and instantly getting signed.
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
like
yeah.
going from there, you know what I mean?
You want to hop up here?
For sure.
I gotta do it as a
Yeah.
lady, you know,
Yeah,
like
for
a
sure.
lady.
Up here. Cool.
Yeah. We're at Hooray, the Hooray music video. Kind of
Yes.
talk about the concept and the inspiration behind it.
Really, the concept is me and my girlfriend throughout like the entire video, and how it's working out is we're going through like eras. So like there's like a 50s TV show, so it's like a talk show, like my favorite talk show, and I got on like a wig and shit. She's like my special guest.
Okay.
We have a cool like Black Panther type 70s scene where I'm dressed up in like leather jacket and shit. She got like all her black on, and like a KKK nigga come through the door. So we pull him in and whoop his ass.
Oh my God.
And the scene we shot today was at this park actually, and yeah, it was super dope. It's like a 90s like basketball type of scene. She's like cheering for me and shit. It was crazy though, because there was a scene where I'm like beating this nigga up, and they wanted me to like be over the camera punching it, and I actually punched the camera. So it like busted my hand open. So we're like, yeah, let's just end the scene for the day.
Okay, yeah,
Cause I'm like,
it's a
shit, I
wrap.
might need stitches. You know what I mean? So yeah, nah, shit got.
And it's your favorite color.
Yeah, it's my favorite color. It's orange. So yeah, it all worked out. But yeah, nah, I got super fucked up.
Velma is a really dope album. I really love that album. I listened to it like nonstop this morning. Of course, you know, just trying to understand you as an artist, but it's like a good vibe.
Definitely. Really, that was the goal. I wanted there to be a bunch of different emotions on it, but I definitely knew at the end of the day I wanted it to be relatable, and I feel like there's a little bit of something for everyone on there, so I feel like I got the job done pretty well for sure.
Right. So I feel like you, like what I said, you live your truth on your music. You can feel your emotions.
Yeah.
Where does that kind of come from?
I guess just how I was raised, really. You know, I was raised to not really hide my emotions and really just like act on however I'm feeling and say however I'm feeling no matter who I'm around, and be as blunt as possible. So yeah, I think that's what it is. It gets me in trouble sometimes, but you know, yeah.
What trouble? Good trouble? Bad trouble?
Every type. Nah, but yeah, it's all good though. Yeah, definitely just always been living my truth, and it's got me here, so dope.
On the album, you said, I saw somewhere that you said that you're finally okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Maybe it seems like you went through a lot.
Yeah,
Talk about that.
I mean, the album is 2 years old, so 2 years ago I was going through a bunch of shit, like as you could tell just listening to the album, so it's like I finally got to a point where I understand how I was feeling back then, because whenever I made the album, I didn't know what was going on with me, I didn't know what was wrong, I was just writing everything I was feeling. So I think I'm finally at a point now where I know who I was back then, and I wish I could talk to who I was back then to help who he was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you kind of realize, like, okay, cool, I don't understand where I'm at in life right now?
I think just being like, I wrote that when I was 20 and 21. So I think just being like a new 21-year-old, you know what I mean? And just like finding my way and going through all types of issues, but knowing that I wanted to do something really big and cool. So the album was basically just like manifestation for what's going on with me right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was just like, man, I'm sad as fuck, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna put it in this music because the music's all I have, and it worked out.
No. It definitely it worked out, I think.
Yeah, I think it worked out. Yeah.
No, for real. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the interview Tapped In, you talked about because I'm a really strong believer in perception.
Yeah, it's like, everything.
I am a really strong believer in perception, and like kind of when I talk about death to family, I'm like, it's kind of like a perspective.
Yeah.
You know?
That and everything else, man. Like literally everything.
Talk about how the music industry is gonna handle that type of mindset. You know.
I think they're either gonna like hate it or love it. I don't think there's like a middle ground for it. It's just like, yo, fuck you, you're stupid, or it's like, dude, he's a genius. Like, you know what I mean? But it's just that's just their perception.
Right. So with how Kanye is going off right now, is that like kind of how you like gonna be big and opinionated with, you know, because you know the society and social wise, they're like, oh no, that's wrong, and you know you can get canceled.
I just said this morning because they're like, yeah, like Kanye peed on the Grammy, he's crazy, and I'm like, bro, I know niggas who like pee on niggas. Like, there's crackheads out here wilding. Like, Kanye ain't crazy. He just peed on a Grammy that's his, you know?
That's his.
It's his. Like, you gonna call me crazy because I peed on my basketball trophy? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? It's a Grammy at the end of the day. Like, yeah, I definitely, I don't think I have as many, like, breakdowns or whatever people want to call them, but I'm real, like, level-headed a lot of the time. I know exactly what I'm doing right or doing wrong. If I'm on some petty shit, I know I'm on some petty shit. I'll be like, yeah, this is super toxic. I'm doing it though.
Okay, cool.
Like,
Living in your truth.
Yeah. Like I'm really aware. So I don't think I'd ever be like that far. And at the same time, I'm a troll too. So like a lot of times you don't even know if I'm really on that shit. That's the beauty of it. But yeah, you know, like a wise man knows a wise man doesn't know shit. So it just all works out at the end of the day. What's
the perception that you get from funeral? What's the audience reactions and kind of some funny stuff and ridiculous stuff that you hear?
It was definitely a hate it or love it type of thing. The people who hated it were mostly just the people who try to avoid those type of conversations and have so much. It's such a conversation we had to have because literally, like with COVID going on and shit and social injustices, like literally, like we're seeing death on our TV. You know what I mean? So I felt like that was the best time to even touch on something like that. So for the people who were on some shit like, yeah, like this gives me a stomach ache, this is a really weird vibe and shit, it's like, come on, dude. Except for like my mom, you know what I mean? Because moms don't want to hear kids talk about that shit. But at the end of the day, it was retrospective. Got a lot of positive, got a lot of negative, and I'm just happy I got something.
Is that the type of music you want to keep pushing out?
Yeah, if that's the way I feel whenever I'm making it, for sure, because I do feel like that sometimes. So, yeah, there's a lot more funeral songs out there, but there's a lot more hoorays, too, you know what I mean? I be a little bit everywhere. So.
No, for real. Cool. So I always like to end my interviews with, you know, allowing the artist to say what they want their legacy to be, which is so funny. I was listening to a funeral, and I was like, wow, like... He answered my favorite question. In a way, though, overall, what is it that you want your legacy to be?
I want to be an artist who related to so many different people because I was so, like, I was open-minded to a point where I was willing to understand everything. Like, I was willing, not understand everything, because that's impossible, but I was willing to try to understand everything. And, you know, take my time to listen to people, take my time to read something, take my time to argue until we have an answer, take my time to debate, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm just like a human, like everyone else, but I want other humans to understand that's all any of us will ever be. You know what I mean? And yeah, like you live and you die, but at the end of the day, you live, so that's super dope. So keep living, keep surviving, do whatever you need to do until you're dead.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for yours.
Definitely
I appreciate
go get the album,
Velma out now, everywhere.
I
Yes.
love the album.
Thank
So
you.